Good morning, folks. In fact, it's very early in the morning. And what brings Davy to your screens at 00:27 hours on the 28th of the 3rd, 2023? Well, you see, Davy's just come in for work. And Davy's put on his social media. And what does Davy find in his social media? He finds the lunatics doing the work of the unionists. So you're not happy at the outcome of today's election. I've spent 55 years of my life being unhappy at the outcome of elections. But it didn't make me go on and do the work of the opposition. Labour won an election, but didn't go on and denounce the Tories. Tories won an election, didn't go on and denounce Labour. When there was been a candidate put up for a position who wasn't my favoured candidate, I didn't walk away from my cause, and I didn't walk away from my party. I think people in the SNP are, of course, the lunatics and the other fringe parties who make a lot of noise but don't have any elected representatives. You want to do the unionist job for them, go right ahead. I even seen a comment saying, thank Christ the SNP is the only party, it is not the only party of independence. I've got a wee news flash for you people out there. Aye there. Solidarity stands for independence. The elected officials. I think the SPI or whatever the hell they're called have got one. Sorry, the SIP, the Scottish Independence Party, I think they've got one elected councillor. And that was probably a fluke. The Greens, never going to make it into government in Scotland. The Alpha Party, never going to make it into government in Scotland in the next 20, 30, maybe 50 years. I keep telling you about how long it takes political parties to break through. But I have to say, to come in for my shift this evening at midnight, sit down, put on my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all I'm seeing is so-called pro-independence supporters doing the work of the unionists. Denouncing this, denouncing that. In fact, some of the stuff I'm seeing is downright racist. Wow. If you're not happy with the outcome and you want to leave the SNP, it's a free world. But at a point where we need people to flock to the banner of independence and the party of independence, these people are walking away. I just finished, John, the van driving legend, still a driving god. I've just finished. About 30 minutes ago. It took about 30 minutes for me to get to the, well, 27 minutes to get to the point where I had to say to you, enough. You want to leave the SNP? Go right ahead. You want to join the Alpha Party? Go right ahead. It's a democracy. But expect to be in the wilderness for a long time with the Alpha Party, or Solidarity, or the Scottish Independence Party, or all the rest of them. I mean, I think the longest one that's been around that's pro-independence is probably the Scottish Socialist Republican Party. It's been around even longer than the SNP. Don't recall them ever having anybody elected to office. Not happy with the outcome? Understand it. But leaving the SNP, the Party of Independence, because none of the rest of them are getting you anywhere anytime soon. and when I say soon, I mean 5 to 10 years. With the Alpha Party, you can forget about it for 30 to 50 years. That's just a fact. And the fact that they named the party after the country and put posters up saying Alpha for this, Scotland for this, and Scotland for that, there's no newsflash there. It's not bringing into public consciousness. But I know the guys who set the party up, they're not the brightest. With the exception of maybe, in fact, Tommy didn't help set it up because he's quite a bright cookie. And he's solidarity. He had solidarity run at the time. So, if you want to come on and have a go within the movement, I warned about this 2 years ago. I said if there's any cracks in this movement, the unionists will put a lever in. Here's a news flash for you. The people, the lunatics, and I mean lunatics, who set up the Alpha Party, people like Dave Llewellyn, the conspiracy theorist, they opened up the crack and then they convinced Mr. Salmon to widen it. It's been a dawdle ever since. Time to heal cracks. Time for the Alpha Party to change their bloody attitude and realise it takes a long time for a political party to break into public consciousness, especially when you call yourself after the country, and in every advert you put out, you don't put it's a political party, you just put Scotland for. Don't get any sillier than that when it comes to political campaigns. I don't know who's running their campaigns, because I've campaigned with all these people and they know how to campaign. There's only one bus that's getting us anywhere at this point in time. You want to get off, you better resign yourself to the fact that we're not getting independence. But Whomsa was right today. His generation will get it, because it appears their generation is bailing out. I said today, his generation will get it, but we're going to have to guide them. It would appear you people throwing your dummy out the pram and don't even want to guide the young. Hardened campaigners like us, who know our way around politics, and you're all bailing out. What can I say? You get what you deserve. Kept been saying it for years now. Marco's right. You want independence, you want to show support for independence, there's only one thing you can do that they'll recognise, and that is make the SNP the biggest political party in Scotland by a country mile. In fact, in the UK, by a country mile. There's supposed to be 2 million independent supporters out there. You get 6 or 7 or 10,000 in the Alpha Party. You'll get 100, maybe 70, 80, 90,000 in the SNP, 10,000 in the Greens, 600 or 700 in Solidarity if it still exists. Don't know how many the Socialist, the SIP's got, Scottish Independence Party. I've no idea about the Scottish Socialist Party or the Scottish Socialist Republican Party. But put it all together, about 150,000 people. No one will like knowing us and laughing at us. Call yourself an independent supporter. You don't have to like the politics of the SNP. Although I have to say, in Scotland, they're the only one that's left of centre, and most of us are on the left here in Scotland. You've got red Tories here, you've got blue Tories here, you've got yellow Tories here, you've got Greens there, always a wee bit confused, and then you've got the SNP who are left of centre. Now, as most of us are a wee bit left of centre or left wing here, I don't understand it myself. But there's only one way to show support for independence that these people down that road are going to believe in it and understand, and that is to join the SNP. No matter what you all shout about Sturgeon, whatever you shout about Muro, whatever you've been calling John Swinney, whatever race hate you have towards Whomsa and his religion, or Kate and her religion, or Ash, put it on your pockets. Independence is bigger. But when I come home from my shift tonight, after 30 minutes, I realised that the shit in social media is at the fan. I also realised it was the same people Hour and hour again. The same people. Hour and hour. I know what the Labour files are, boy. Al Jazeera put them out. Anyway, it's the same people hour and hour again. The same malcontents that have been listening to some idiots, and I mean idiots, that set up the Alpha Party. And I mean real loonballs, some of them. Ah, Jesus. Anyway, stop your fighting. I'm going to follow my partner's lead. I'm going to take a couple of days away from social media. Because what's the point? I'm going to let the dust settle, let you all think things through. Because if you think the SNP is a busted flush now, then we can all pack up and go home. The game's a bogey. Davy says, eyes on the prize, put your piss in your pockets, join the SNP and show that shower of sugar down that road that there is an appetite for independence. Anyway, that's it. See you in a couple of days, probably Thursday for the Thursday show. But I have to say the same 6,000 to 10,000 people are making me howk. And by the way, I wonder if these 6,000 or 10,000 members actually know what lunatics set the Alpha Party up. Good night.